Hey everyone, we're here at the Long Road Festival and I'm joined by Mr. Brent Cobb. How you doing, Brent?
All right, man, hanging in there.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Glad to be here. Good to see you, man.
So, how's the UK trip been so far? 'Cause you've been doing some little shows here and there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been good, man. We got in the top of the week, and I didn't sleep for about 35 hours.
Wow.
We had a lot of delays, and then of course, when I finally got here and we got to the hotel, we got to Dublin is where we went first. I left my phone in the cab.
Oh.
And so I didn't have a phone, and I had not slept. And now it is good. We got all the bad stuff out of the way.
That's good.
At the top of the week. So
You've been pretty committed to the UK over the last few years, which is really, really cool to see. So what is it about coming over here that you just love?
it's just nice to be accepted anywhere. I said it's taken me about 12 years to get to the bottom. I'm just glad to be anywhere that people will listen. It's just nice to have not that this is the bottom. I'm just saying in my career, and it's just nice to be anywhere that anyone listens.
Yeah. I mean, you're at a new festival today, the Long Road Festival, the first year this has happened, and that must make you incredibly proud as a country/Americana artist to see how it's grown over here, that we get these brand new events popping up.
Yeah, it is. It's always nice anywhere. Yeah, over here, it's not everybody's people anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's really neat that it's that way over here, but it's also like just makes sense. I'm glad people care.
And this festival's got a lot of UK artists on as well, and you've always been very supportive of UK artists on your tours, because I know you had Jade Bird out on tour, didn't you? So have you been quite impressed by the talent pool over here?
Oh,
of
man.
our homegrown talent?
Of course, but even you go back to the Stones or Zeppelin or a number of them, and it's always been that way. It's sort of like everybody feeds off of one another. Over here they were listening to blues music from America, and then blues music was inherited from Ireland. You know what I mean? It's always just sort of this circular thing that's always happened. So, and it's still happening today.
And we are loving your new album, Providence Canyon.
Thank you
Absolutely
very much.
awesome work. So tell us a little bit about that project and how you felt it was a progression from the Shine on Rainy Day stuff.
Well, last year we did a lot of show openings we're on tour all last year with Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
And we're back on it again this year because he's the nicest person in the world. But, it's 20,000 seat venues. And we're not playing for 20,000 people during our set, but we're playing for 10,000. And doing that last year, some of the more singer-songwriter stuff, didn't lend itself as much to 10,000 people as it does to 30 people in a pub. And I just wanted this new record to where I didn't have to even tell a story. We'll just give them what they want and make people want to move even though they don't know who we are. And but I think as a whole that the songwriting is still comes from the same place. I think if you took some of the keys off of it and took some of the background singers and probably two of the electrics off, it'd be a pretty similar album to Shine on Rainy Day.
And my favourite track on the album is Come Home Soon, which is possibly one of the most stripped back kind of tracks instrumentally. So tell us a little bit about that one, because I'd love to hear the story behind it and where it came from.
Yeah, I actually wrote that song in 2011, I think. And I had been on the Country Throwdown tour, Willie Nelson's Country Throwdown tour, and it was my first major tour. And we traveled all over the states, and we were in Colorado, and I was probably enjoying myself a little too much, and I'm missing home and wondering if I was doing right with my life. And I had never recorded it, and I had had it for so long, and then now, of course, I've been touring again for so long that I'm very I miss my family very much. Not necessarily homesick. I wish we could just be together more, And so that song, still to this day, is very truthful, and it still means a lot to me and speaks to what I felt then.
Yeah, we love it. And you just mentioned the Stapleton tour that you've been doing, and you also went out with Tim and Faith, didn't you, to do a few shows. So you've had some amazing opportunities in pretty huge venues. So how does that differ for you in terms of the smaller shows that you do, and do you enjoy doing the arena stuff more? Or?
It's incredible. It's hard to describe, really. I try not to get psyched out about it too much, but I mean, you could ask my tour managers over there. I get nervous at every gig. It doesn't matter if it's 5 people or if it's 5,000 people. I get super nervous. I don't know why. And you know, I try to do the same show, no matter how big or small the crowd is. And try not to let it affect me too much.
And I wanted to speak to you about this partnership with Ram Trucks that you've been talking about on your social media a little bit. What's that all about? Can you give people an idea of?
Ram is a great company, great truck company, and they like to. It sounds like I'm trying to do a commercial right here. That's not what I'm doing. But they have a really good creative team. They wanted to do something different to like attach itself to their product, and the way it all started with me is we had a couple off days. We were on tour the middle of last year sometime, and normally 6 of us all pile up in like one room or 2 rooms, and on this particular day these 2 days I had decided to get my own room because I just wanted to write really. And I get an email, and I'm missing my family like crazy, you know. And I get an email from my manager that goes, "Hey, we just got this crazy email about Ram Trucks wanting to partner with a singer-songwriter. Would you be interested in even trying to write a song for their commercial? Here are the themes." And it was family and drive and commitment and all these things that I was already feeling and wanting to write. And it sort of just happened naturally. After that, I wrote Ain't a Road Too Long, which is funny because we're here at the Long Road Festival. And so it just turned into just really good people over there. And it just kind of turned into this relationship that we had.
Love it. So what's the plan for the rest of the year for you in terms of touring-wise? Have you got more shows with Chris coming up? Or
when we get back, we'll go to Brighton tomorrow, and then we wind up going to Europe, you know, not just the UK proper, and we'll go to Amsterdam and all over. And when we get back, we'll pick back up with Chris, and we'll finish the year out with them.
Nice one. Well, Brent, thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you, sir.
We'll catch up very, very soon, hopefully.